back to my professor the next day. I'm like, who wrote that book? I can't find it. She was like, oh, this guy named Dennis Lipke. So I go back to the computer. I'm spelling Lipke wrong. 2 more hours of my life gone. Can't get him back. So I'm frustrated. I didn't own a television. I didn't watch television for 5 years at that time. So I went to my friend at about 9:30 in the morning and said, I'm so frustrated, I can't find this book. Can I just go to your house and watch TV? She was like, whoa, you're having a bad day. Like, they all know I didn't watch TV. Like, here you go, here's the keys, get out of here. So I went to her house. It was 10 after 10. I turned the TV on, I start clicking. I hear Doc. That's weird. I kind of click back. I hear Lipke. I missed the first 10 minutes of a 17-year-old rerun based on this book I could find. All within 24 hours, right? So I'm like alone in her living room, jumping up and down, going, oh my God, this is it! So it was based on when he was up in New Hampshire. If any of you came in Summer Infusion, you saw the movie. The book was actually called The Teacher Story, not Doc, that's why I couldn't find it. It wasn't written by Dennis Lipke, it was about him, and the movie was called The Town Torn Apart. So the movie gets done, I know this is exactly what I want to do, this is the type of education I want to be in. So I get on, I know how to spell his name now, I look it up, the Met's 5 years old, there's 2 schools instead of the 125 we have now. I email him, I gotta tell you the most spiritual, wildest story that ever happened to me, like, and boom, I tell him everything I just told you. He writes back one line, we need to talk. I wrote back, can I buy you lunch? Yes, tomorrow. So I had 22 hours to make it a 19-hour drive. I hopped in my truck, I drove out to Rhode Island, we had lunch. He knew I was from Wisconsin and did a long drive, so he bought me lunch. That was nice. And at the table, we called my professor and said, can she just finish the rest of her school here at the school, at the Met School? My professor's like, yeah, absolutely. So I paid Doc, well, the school, $1,500 to supervise me, because in college you still need someone to supervise you. And I did my student teaching here. Then they hired me, which was great. So I became a special educator for 3 years. By then we had 3 schools. And then I became the principal when we opened up the Liberty Building in January of 2003. I was the principal for 3 years. And then this volunteer came to the school and they housed him at Liberty where I was principal. He said, listen man, I love kids and I love business. Let's get some kids together and let's start a business. So we got 12 students together. They wrote a business plan, like all of you are going to do, to start a soda company. Big Picture Soda, right over there on the wall. Still running. All the profits go to fund scholarships for students at the school. We usually give about $2,000 out a year. And the rest is history. Because Doc, with his vision, was like, this is great. Kids are engaged. They want to start their own businesses. Let's not do a group business. Let's let every kid that comes into that program start their own business. So that's how you all got your seat today. So you're all here to start your own business, write your own business plan. Through another organization we work with, Nifty, up on the wall, Network for Teaching Entrepreneurship. And that's what we talked about that first day, where there's lots of other opportunities you guys can now take. Conferences, competitions, meeting business people, guest speakers we'll bring in. So that's the whole wraparound of how you got here today and how I got here today. Looks like we're going to have a question. Yes?
When are we going to have our first guest speaker?
Monday.
Okay.
So typically Mondays are our guest speaker day. With the electricity being out this last week, we didn't get to do that. And there'll be 1 or 2 speakers, and we'll always let you know who your speaker is.
So who is it?
For this Monday, it's Kurt Harrington. You want to write down Kurt Harrington. And I'll give you a hint. They call him the fish guy. And he's from Rhode Island. And he's always our first guest speaker. He's a really cool, engaging dude. What's his name again? Kurt, it's right on the board. Kurt Harrington. Yep. They call him the fish guy. I think the coolest part of his story, and he's probably about late 30s by now. He started his company when he was 16 years old. He's been making a living with what he does since he was 16, so it is possible. Yes,
What does he do?
good question.
Fine.
I bet you're gonna find out through your own research and then having him come in and talk to you. I'm just giving you a few hints, little hints along the way. Hello, how are you?
Good.
Thanks for being here. Grab a chair. Actually, if you would grab this chair, that would be best for us. And you guys gotta make room for him up at the table somehow. You check in with me after class, Chris?
Yeah.
Alright, thanks. Alright, so the first thing we're gonna start. Really think about this. What makes you mad? And another way to phrase that sometimes is, how can you make your world a better place? So really think. It can be from world concept stuff to, man, I shut my alarm off this morning and I overslept. That was me. I didn't get up till 6:30, which is late for me. So, what makes you mad? You need to start popping them up. We're going to write them down.
My mom.
Okay. Let's go a little deeper though. What makes you mad about your mom?
I don't know, she yells a lot.
Alright, mom yells a lot.
Can you put like 2X, like right next to that?
Sure. What else? Yes.
We're not actually.
We can, but that's one idea. I want more ideas.
Missing the bus.
Missing the bus. Alright.
My transportation.
Met transportation. Alright.
People who can't drive.
People who can't drive.
Potholes.
Potholes.
Running out of gas on the highway.
Running out of gas.
People come into your room without knocking.
People come in room.
People taking my food.
I was about to say when I come home and there's no dinner.
Alright.
White lies, that's the term, right? Look small lies, white lies, right?
White lies? Sure. What else makes you mad? You turn on the news, anything make you mad?
Privilege.
Trump makes you mad? Alright. Should we say Trump? Should we add politics? Or just Trump? Alright. Politics in general?
Those are very close.
Anything else? See some of those sad commercials on TV?
ASPCA ads.
What's that?
ASPCA ads.
Which are what?
The ones that make you cry. The dog ones.
The dog commercials, the sad dog commercials?
The TV shows where they have those fake laughters for the
Fake laughter? Alright.
Ignorant people.
Ignorant people. What does that mean?
That means a lot of different things.
It does, that's why I'm asking. Give me an
You
example.
know what? That's real. Okay. Okay, like, people who believe reverse racism is a thing.
Say that again.
People who believe reverse racism is a thing.
Reverse racism
Yeah,
makes you mad, right?
yeah.
Alright. That's fair. Anything else?
When my charger breaks.
Say it again.
When my phone charger breaks.
Oh, hard one. Phone charger breaks.
Okay, when Apple makes new phone updates, and then it always messes your phone up until you update it again.
Updates in
Yeah.
general make us mad. Is that alright if I just put that? You know what that means?
Arcades are weak.
Arcades are weak. What does that mean?
Arcades are really lackluster nowadays. Haven't found one that I can have a great time at.
What's
All
your
right.
standard of a good arcade?
One that I can have fun at.
Anything else?
When I lose a video game.
Say it again.
When I lose a video game.
Losing a video game? Anything else make you mad? Yes.
It takes about 3 days to download a video game out my house.
Still slow Wi-Fi.
Fingerprints on glass.
Download speeds. Alright.
Fingerprints on glass.
Fingerprints on glass?
Yeah.
Alright. Alright, we'll stop there, but if you really wanted to do something over the next week, just start jotting down things that make you mad. And why do you think I'm asking you to do that? as all potential entrepreneurs sitting in this room.
To find a solution.
Find a solution, what's that? Problem solvers, right? You're all problem solvers.
To
Liam?
use it as an opportunity to make business.
Oh, you're gonna connect some dots. Liam's gonna connect some dots for us, to use it as an opportunity to start some businesses. So let's look at some of these. Any businesses from this making people mad, you think?
So,
Several. Let's give us an example of one.
nice arcade.
Nice arcade? But what would make a nice arcade?
Games that are actually enjoyable. It's not overpriced. The food, there's food.
Oh, food? All right.
That is key.
Why are you laughing over there? You said something about video games too, did you? What?
I don't know, somewhere where you can like, not replace, repair TVs.
All right, so you're still on what makes me mad. Cities break. All right. So that'd be another probably opportunity for somebody to start a business though, right? So yeah, maybe someone makes an arcade that maybe is a little more in the digital technology era than throwing a ball up to a Skeeter.
Well, I have nothing against skee ball. I just think it needs to be paired with better things.
Okay.
It's overall arcade games are just kind of.
All right, so there's an opportunity there to make it better.
Definitely.
Any businesses that have come out of these things?
Anger management classes?
Anger management classes, overall. That's beautiful, probably very fair.
Windex.
What about, just, we said the sad dog commercials, but what about commercials in general,
Filmmaking?
right? Believe it or not, and I'm sure you've heard this because that's what us older generation do usually, is say, back in the day, when I grew up, 3 channels, ABC, NBC, CBS. We didn't have the option of going to HBO and not having what?
Commercials.
Commercials. Netflix, taping stuff, fast forwarding through the commercials. We had to watch them all. Or get up and get popcorn. So someone, I think, had this brilliant idea along the way that said, hey, I'm going to do a network where people don't have to watch these commercials. Right? What else? How many businesses do you think are out there talking about racism?
Probably a lot.
Probably a lot.
I feel like it's more nonprofits.
Yeah.
They're still businesses.
That's
So nonprofit is a type of business. Well, that'll be a whole other class. But good point if you don't know that. If you're a nonprofit, you're still a type of a business. And I think there's a lot of nonprofits going out there, right? Trying to talk about how we can have more equality, equity in our lives. What else? You guys got running out of gas, right?
Emergency, like, fuel tank?
An emergency fuel tank. You know, if I get down to empty, beep, beep, beep. That beep wasn't in cars 20 years ago. So somebody probably said, enough people are getting mad running out of gas. Let's really warn them that, hey, you're running out of gas, right? So lots of things here, lots of things in your world where people said there's got to be something I can do to, as you said, solve this problem. And that's what entrepreneurs do. Every problem becomes an opportunity. All right? So really think about that. Every problem out there is an opportunity. We don't, as entrepreneurs, go, oh, yeah, that sucks. We say, oh, I bet I could think of a way to fix that. And if it's a problem for me, it's a problem for them, it's got to be a problem for a lot of other people, right? And if you can solve problems, you create opportunity, right? It was a problem that I couldn't find Doc for 2 hours. So I went back to create opportunity. Who wrote that book? It was a problem that they said Dennis Lipke, and I couldn't spell the name right, and he didn't write the book, that I couldn't find it. I got frustrated. I watched TV, I saw this show, and I totally said, wow, well that's 1,500 miles away. I don't know that guy. Wish they had something like that in my state. No. I took that problem as an opportunity to email Doc and say, hey, here's my story. Oh, you want to meet me? I'll be there the next day. So that's what it takes. What are you going to do, right? What are we going to do to create opportunity for ourselves instead of seeing problems? And it's a mindset. It's how you just start thinking like that. You start seeing things and going, totally makes sense. I could totally make something out of that. All right? And we're going to get into some more of those ideas. Opportunities are problems to solve. All right? And there's 6 routes to opportunity. So when you start thinking of problems to solve, you want to start thinking, where does this fit in to be an opportunity? And one of those, you really should be taking notes, one of those routes of opportunity is problem solving. So that's the one we just talked about, right? If you can solve a problem, there's a good chance you might have something going on. That could be a business. Anybody here with a business idea that thinks they're solving a problem? All right. What do you think?
For you personally,
Sure.
yeah, I do like work with car detailing, because I know a lot of people that got kids that get consistently dirty in their car.
That's awesome. You're solving a lot of problems, right? Dirty car. If I'm a parent with kids, I probably don't have time to clean it. My kids just throw stuff everywhere. They eat in the car. Another problem. Detailing cars. Absolutely solving problems. Who else had their hand up? Yes.
Teaching classes for kids, how to change your tire, things like that.
Right. So you're going to be the auto mechanic guy that teaches new drivers, pretty much.
Yeah,
Did you
pretty
say?
much, or just
Anybody?
people who do drive and they just don't know how to change their tire. And then one day when they're stuck on the side.
Change our
they're-
tire, maybe
No.
different things that we can do to maintain our car. If there's an emergency, we know how to take care of it. Awesome. That would definitely be a problem on the road if I didn't know how to change my tire and got flat. Anybody else? One more. Yes, Brian.
I want to make shirts with patent in them, so when you wear a suit, you don't sweat through your shirt and then
So you want to do what? Help me out with that. So you want to invent some new material, or is there material out there you can use?
there's material out there that I can use. They
Okay.
have this technology where you sweat through and it like collects it all, but not to the point where it gets really moist and soaked,
Okay.
and it doesn't seep through. There's a company
That's
that
great,
has-
right? Because if you're in a really important interview, or you're up presenting somewhere and you raise your hands and you got pit sweat everywhere, doesn't look very professional, right? So that's great. That's a great problem to solve. One more, because he's actually going to take us somewhere else. You didn't even know it, but you're totally on the spot. One more. Who's got a problem they're solving? Yes.
So right now I'm working on this other thing, which is a competition called Technovation, where we're trying to come up with apps to like improve the community. And one of the apps that I thought that we could possibly work on is one revolving around like alerting when sexual harassment is taking place, because there's a really huge stigma in society overall about discussing like sexual harassment and rape, whether it be women or like in men. They say that around every 78 seconds somebody gets raped within the United States. So it's a big deal and it's an issue because only a small percentage of individuals actually report when these things take place. So it's important to like facilitate a wider conversation so that it stops happening and that people know it's not okay.
All right. So apps, some new technology to put into shirts, so whatever happens to your sweat doesn't happen on the outside of the shirt. And that's the second root of opportunity, technology. So they've already given us 2 great examples. You guys live in a world of technology. Think of the businesses that have been started through technology. Like what's a huge one? Apple, Google, Amazon, right? E-commerce, right? So technology is a big one around opportunity out there for starting businesses. Now let's think about this. Who goes to the corner store who has ever gone to the corner store in their whole life? All right, most of you. I'm thinking we should put a corner store right on the other side of the block over here, across from the Liberty Building.
With like the florist is?
Yeah, right next to the florist.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why do you think I should do that?
Competition.
Competition, right? Competition is actually the third root of opportunity that we're going to talk about. Maybe I think I can do better sandwiches. Maybe I think I can have more, variety of things in the store. Maybe I think I can sell cheaper than them. There's lots of reasons to be competitive with someone. It doesn't always have to be around price. What businesses out there are started because of competition?
Microsoft Microsoft,
Yeah.
Microsoft?
what I meant.
yeah, with Microsoft, Apple,
Okay. I think maybe Microsoft started first,
I don't know.
Apple, right?
so maybe Apple.
Apple.
But yeah, you're definitely on the right page. What else has started out of competition, you think? Say it again. Verizon, Sprint, AT&T, right? There's not just one phone company anymore. There used to be. Gaming consoles, Xbox, Nintendo, PlayStation,
Airlines.
airlines, fast food restaurants,
Taxis. Uber.
taxis, to Uber. Is that what you're saying, or just, okay. What did you just say? Fast food. So here's one of my, I love this story, and I'm gonna make it so quick. It'll be back in a second. A guy was working at Domino's for like 2 years, and he said to himself one day, like, I can make pizza better than this. Who was that guy? What did he go start?
Papa John's.
Papa John's. So that's how it happened, right? That's a stellar competition case study. Like, he just thought he could do it better. Why not start his own pizza company? I don't know if he does it better. I don't eat pizza, but he's definitely a successful company, right? Everybody, you know him from just off the top of your head. All right, so another route of opportunity probably has to do with half the applications we read. Does anyone know what half the applications of 80 applications kids wanted to do for a business and only a few of you got in because clothes, fashion, right? What's trendy? What's the new fad? Right? Over the summer, what'd you see? Those fidget spinner things, right? Is that a big deal anymore? No, right? But how many do you think they sold a week when they were a big deal?
Way too many.
Right? So if you can capitalize on the newest trends or fad or create one, you probably got a great business going on. Right? I gotta keep doing the lights. All right, and then the best one of all, I think, because every one of you are in a position to create opportunity around this. And I think it's what the Met is great at. Follow your passion. You will not read an article about a successful entrepreneur that does not talk about you've got to have passion. And you're at a school that says follow your passion. You have so much support to follow your passion. Do what you know. Interests, skills, knowledge. That's that route of opportunity. Use your own skills, knowledge, passion, interest to start something, to start a business. Anyone here using their skills, knowledge, and resources to start a business? Mechanical man is.
Open up food truck.
Say it loud enough for me to hear.
I want to open a food truck.
Because
I like culinary.
you like culinary, you're interested in foods, you know how to cook?
Yeah.
Alright. Brian, your hands up?
Yeah, wearing suits. I dress up a lot.
Alright. So you like to dress up, you like fashion, you want to create something where you don't have to sweat and look good. Alright. Here, Wilma. Tell them.
Origami.
Origami? Everybody know what origami is? Did you bring that for your...
Yeah.
Cool. Alright. So we have interest, skills, and knowledge. We have technology. We have competition. Current trends. Solve the problem. There's one more. Been around forever. Invention.
Necessity
Yes. Necessity is absolutely right. Invention
is the.
is the root of
Something like that.
something like that.
Necessity is the mother of invention.
The mother of invention. And we call invention and innovation. Invention and innovation. So there's 6 ways to create opportunity for yourself. And you really kind of want to look at where you fall in one of these 6, because I absolutely believe every business does. So if you haven't got this yet, you've got to have this in your mind. Opportunity is the first rule for every entrepreneur. Entrepreneurship is all about creating opportunity. So opportunity is the first rule of entrepreneurship. So let's define opportunity. Your words, not mine. How would we define opportunity? Yes.
Wait, is that me?
Sure.
Yes. A chance to make something of something.
Hey, that's great. Something is something. That's all right. Probably the only time I'll use 2 words in 1 sentence.
Sound good?
Make something a something, right? Create an opportunity by making something a something. What else? Yes?
Failure and success.
Failure and success. Explain that to me.
Well, when you fail, you can take the opportunity to fix your mistakes and become successful.
Absolutely. Through failure. So kind of through failure you learn, right? To bring opportunity. All right. Anything else? Yes? No, Lena, you're just going like this, being cool?
Yep.
So, how about you make things possible, make something a something. We talked about what? We've been talking about it a long time.
Finding a problem or a solution.
Right. Finding a problem, or maybe solving a problem, right? Defining, solving a problem.
Timing?
Timing, you gotta have timing? Sure. And here's what we're gonna do for this class. For it to be an opportunity, you look at those 6 roots of opportunity, and then it has to bring a need or a want. Right? Opportunity either brings a need or a want to someone who's willing to spend money for it. That's the business end. Because I didn't really need my car trimmed up in chrome when I bought it. Nobody does. I wanted it, and I paid for it. Right? I need a car. It's right in my contract for work. I have to have a car at work. So, some people sell cars because people need them. Some people sell cars because people want them. And then the car business itself, with all the aftermarket products and all the accessories, become just that many more businesses, right? So you want to create opportunity, creates a need or a want. If you know that, you are set. Thanks for getting the lights. So we're going to look at 2 videos. The first one, like 2 minutes long. I think it's a 10-year-old, believe it or not. And I want you, when you're watching this video, because in this class we're always looking through the lens of business, right? We're always looking at things a little different now. What's the opportunity? What's the problem?
Number of children who overheated and died inside cars increased across the country last year. Texas had the highest number of cases.
Mel Roy from McKinney has invented what he hopes is a life-saving tool that every parent could use. Do attend. Our Collin County reporter Eric Yeomans has this story.
Okay, this is basically what I do most of my work after school and after homework. Playing football in the front yard is where you'll find 10-year-old Bishop Curry.
So I found the heaviest blocks I can.
Not playing football,
Fire!
launching them
I'm gonna turn them.
from his homemade catapult.
Trebuchet. It's a trebuchet because catapults are different. You see the football?
It's one of his many creations.
I have like 13.
But this tiny 3D model could be his biggest invention yet.
This is my main design.
Inspired by tragedy,
Yeah, it's really something.
Curry says the idea for his invention came after a baby died inside a hot minivan last summer.
And I knew exactly where the house was when we come in to see when we watched it. We just go bye-bye.
It is close to home for the Curry family because they have a 1-year-old of their own.
So if you're rushing home from work or you're rushing to the grocery store, I can see how somebody could forget.
The device attaches to a car seat to detect if a baby is left inside.
They just kind of sit on top of their
Then it blows cold air until parents and authorities are alerted.
I would really dream to have lots of inventions that save many lives. Tell me when you're ready!
They already have a provisional patent
It's hitting the target.
to keep the ball moving forward
Very satisfying.
on a 5th grader's idea. It could be a game changer. In McKinney, Meredith Yeomans, NBC5.
Mark Curry's father.
So, 10 years old, 5th grade. Did he say, how can we make the world a better place?
Yes.
What problem did he solve? We haven't heard from you yet. What problem? Kids being stuck in a hot car. You've heard the stories, right? You just forget. Busy getting into work, busy doing your thing. You forget your son or daughter's in the back seat, in the car seat. You think, how can people do that? But it happens. So it's a problem to be solved. What roots of opportunity? Realizing you could do something to make a difference, right? What's the root of opportunity for that? We just talked about roots of, what's that? Solving a problem absolutely is one. Anything else?
Technology
Technology.
and necessity.
Necessity definitely creates a need or a want, but I'm talking about the roots of opportunity.
Relevancy.
So you need to look at your notes. Look at your notes. What's that?
Relevancy.
What?
Relevancy.
Relevancy, yes. So all you guys are spot on. And we know that it's invention now. We know that's what you're gonna say.
Yeah.
Innovation, invention, because you're kind of using a fan, so you might just be innovating a fan. We're gonna talk about innovation in a minute. What's that? People are willing to pay. Yep. So you guys are all spot on. But if we go back to those 6 roots of opportunity, we know it's solving a problem, it's invention or innovation, and it's technology, for sure, right? So that's the lens. What roots of opportunity, and is it creating a need or a want, which I heard, that people are willing to spend money on? Absolutely. All right, so let's look at this next one. Is it loud enough? I should have asked you before, but I didn't.
Yes.
I love this one, just so you know. I've talked about it since I've seen it.
The tall boy. Excellent.
What one's the tall one?
I think it's the one with hat.
Yeah,
To
right.
be exclusive, you want the tall boy because he's going to bring you the exclusive.
Tall Boy Experience, man. CES 2017 found a cool product, and they also got it nominated for a 2017 Innovative Award. Benji Lock, and I'm hanging out with Robbie. How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. I appreciate coming you here. I saw you CES on video, man, and I'm very happy for you.
Now tell us all about Benji Lock.
Well, Benji-Lock is the world's first traditional padlock with fingerprint technology, which means that you can open it with your fingerprint, but also with just a traditional key. Simple.
So you got your key, and now you can use your fingerprint.
It's pretty much a hybrid, you know, just like the Toyota Prius, hybrid. I'm not a coder, I'm not a software engineer, I'm just a regular guy with the consumer in mind. So it's just plain basic, but there was a need. When I was going to the gym, I saw a person that their key got inside the locker. So they were trying to break it with a bolt cutter. I said to myself, hey, if Benji-Lock was there, you wouldn't need that.
Wow.
Yep.
All right, so basically, this would be great for the gym, outdoors activities, and you want to lock something up, and only you can unlock it because it's your fingerprint.
Exactly. Basically, our slogan is the key is at your fingertips. And my goal is that maybe this version right now was, you know, the winner was a smart home, so it's more of the home gates, things of that nature. But we're focusing too on a smaller version for traveling, the gym goer. My goal is to get it TSA approved. Once, you know, you're traveling, smooth sailing.
So is it available right now? Is it on the market? Where can people find it?
We're doing right now a little pre-launch, get people excited, get feedback, go back now after CES and things that we can fit. And then after that, our goal is September 2017.
Sounds good. So why should somebody buy this?
This was pretty much my idea, but the funny thing is that it essentially came from an issue that I had. It's a kind of a funky story, but you know, I got laid off at work on a December. My wife was pregnant. The day that I got laid off, my daughter was born. So you see, there's a story. There's always a story behind an entrepreneur, and I was depressed. I won't lie to you, I got very overweight. But during that transition, I went to the gym every day. So going every day, I saw people using their keys, their locks, what was going on, and I noticed, you know what, I think I have some sort of a solution that is pretty neat, clean, and lean. And that's where Benji-Lock came in.
Now look, he went from depression to the 2017 Innovative Award. That's the power of just believing in your brand and believing in what you do. It's a Tall Boy Experience. It's called Benji Lock. Make sure, what's the website?
It's BenjiLock.com. We're working on the back end, but you can sign up on the mailing list right now.
All right, Donna, any promotions or anything that you guys are doing for CES?
Oh, right now at CES, if you pretty much take a picture,
So what do you think of Benji Lock?
That's smart.
Yeah,
Smart?
That's crazy.
Crazy? What do you see, what things did you hear from what we've talked about in the last 45 minutes? We keep hearing from Liam. So you can start us off, but then we're going to go around. Everybody start thinking of something. We're going to go around.
I think he kind of saw the same roots of opportunity as the 10-year-old.
Okay, so you saw technology,
Similarly, yeah.
solving problem. All right.
Yeah, like he found a problem that a lot of people had, and then he found a way to solve it, so that then people could like easily. Because it's also time consuming if you would have a key trying to lock down a lot of people, or like trying to.
Yeah, absolutely right.
Easy. Boom, open
Yeah,
lock, they
we are in a we want it immediately economy kind of thing, right? Yes.
They've innovated because now there's no forgetting your keys. We're going to
No forget. Yeah, you forget your keys, you're good, right?
I feel like it's smart. It's kind of like the iPhone, because some people don't want to go through the struggle of having to put their password in like on the iPhone.
Right.
Yeah.
So maybe he looked around. He's like, how else can I use that?
I think it's pretty cool because they just had an idea of the problem that he has, and he decided that he can solve it, and so he just decided to eventually went to his problem and everyone else's problem.
So by solving his problem, he solved everybody else's problem.
I think it's a good idea. I think it's something nobody had.
All right, so it's new. He brought something new to the market that people didn't have. All right, so simple, not complicated. A lot of ideas are like that. Start thinking in terms of opportunity, solving problems, things we talked about. So not just your narrative, again, right? As entrepreneurs, we're going to start looking at things in terms of the business world. So it's great to have an opinion and say, oh, I like that or I don't like that. And how does it relate to, so far, those six roots of opportunity, problem solving, creating a need or a want, okay?
I think it was a great idea and that he used, him being at the gym and just really took like a deeper look at just things around him, and you wouldn't think that looking at people unlock their locker would be like an opportunity, but he took it.
Yeah.
And it, like he said with the iPhone and how you could put in your thumbprint now is trendy. So a lot of people like have seen something like it, so they're not like.
So start to see more of that on the market, fingerprints. All right, Andre.
I think it was a good idea and that it will like sell more than other locks because it's a new way of opening it. Like you can use your
So, because there's a new way to open it?
Yeah.
All right.
I thought it was a really cool, ingenious solution to like an issue that everybody has to work with every time they want to open a lock. And I think that a lot of the biggest sellers that like entrepreneurs have is stuff that everybody looks at and they think, why didn't I come up with that?
Right? So he said, right, it's simple. I'm not a coder. Right? He might not know a lot about technology, but he knew how to get the resources to make his idea into an opportunity. Great.
Cool how he took like a bad situation he was in, like really depression and all that. And then he went to the gym and he's an opportunity. He was like, I can take this and make it into something big.
Yep.
So that's what.
So it's interesting, right? He was in a bad place himself emotionally. So he kind of turned that into what can I do to try to get out of this? One thing leads to another. You go to the gym, you see somebody messing with their locks, you're messing with it yourself. That was great insight. Anybody, I don't know if you've all read it, but you've all heard of Harry Potter, right? Yeah, same thing. You know, here's a woman down on her luck. First book was pretty much written on napkins. I don't know if anybody knows that. So then she took that, but she started writing on napkins and created, and got the book published. Yes. Convenience as an opportunity. Yep, I think it goes along with that instant gratification, things in the immediate. Makes sense. It's hard to get around this part of the room. Now you got to start thinking more than these guys probably.
It's just simple. I mean, like,
Yeah.
it's something you can see like every day, and not everyone thinks about it. So you know that took the time. Like it makes me want to go out when I go outside and go do stuff. Like just look around and see the simple things that like something could happen.
Absolutely. And that's really part of your homework now, right? I said that. Just go out and start looking at things that you think could be fixed things that make you mad, make other people mad, because usually they're the simplest things. Yep.
I feel like it's as simple as just like,
You gotta talk so I can hear you, and I said that up there, and now I'm even closer.
I'm getting sick, so I'm losing my
Oh man, entrepreneurs get sick all the time.
Um,
You can do it. Project that voice.
I feel like it's a simple and useful thing.
Okay. And that creates opportunity?
Yeah,
Why?
because people are gonna buy it, so you wanna really take the opportunity to make money out of a simple object, I guess.
Okay. People like simple?
Yeah.
I like simple. You know, if I had to like program a whole lock thing to try to figure out how to get it, I'd be like, it won't work for me.
I feel like he was necessity. He said that when he was speaking, because everyone needs a lot.
Yeah, that's what I honed in on too.
So-
I honed in on a lot. I told you guys, I've been talking about this to my friends since I saw it. And not because, oh my God, this is so great. I talk about the things he said. I mean, he pretty much covered this 90-hour course in 2 minutes, right? Like, here's what it takes to be an entrepreneur. You gotta have a story. You gotta solve the problem. I mean, I just think he really nailed it. And he said, and that's what I really heard, like, people need this. Oh, I don't really need it. But if you've got a convincing story, you start thinking you need it, right? That car salesman, man, I'm telling you right now, I thought I needed that $600 chrome door when I left. I didn't. But, go ahead.
I think it's a good combination of technology with something as common as lock now and as a product with much easier access.
Yep. So easier access, use technology, a simple product.
He just looked at his surroundings and thought, wow, what if there was a way that you could get into your locker without a key and then you need that too.
Exactly, right? So start looking at your surroundings. Start thinking about those problems out there that can be solved, things that make people mad, and it's going to be the simplest things, right? I mean, plastic became a big issue. I'm looking at your water bottle. So somebody's like, oh, we should have cups. First off, buying water 20 years ago, people would have laughed at you. What? You're going to buy water. Makes no sense, right? Now we sell a lot of water, and now plastic's bad, so not a lot of people go around in their cups that are whatever that approval is to make them okay for water bottles.
There's actually an inventor, now that you speak about water bottles, that I don't know if any of you've seen the video on Facebook, but there's a guy who created it's a low ball, but it's got like a certain kind of plastic around it. I don't know how to explain it, but you just pop it in your mouth and it dissolves in just water. If you don't
You have your
throw
water
plastic
from the
or
day.
nothing like that, it's
Wow.
yeah, and you for people in
Interesting.
marathons, you could probably find it on YouTube. It's
That's
a really
cool.
interesting video.
Yeah, so you'll start seeing those now, and maybe looking through that other lens of like, what problem did they solve here? What opportunity is this? And you start seeing those videos and looking at things. So that's great. We talked about innovation a little bit here, and invention. What's the difference? Innovation. What's innovation? Liam, I will call on you in a minute.
To innovate something is you take it and make it better.
So if you innovate, you make something better. Who agrees? Okay. So then what about invention? Layla? It's new. Brand new. How many products, services in the world, give me a percentage, are inventions? Today, not 200 years ago when we barely had anything.
10%.
10%, he says. Anybody got it? What else? All of them? Everything's an invention? Okay. 5%? You sound very confident. Confidence sells, by the way. Anybody here ever hear that? Confidence sells. Hold your face right. Your shoulders back. Nobody will ask you anything, particularly if you just talk a lot. They think, wow, you ever been in a class like that? Like,
Yeah.
kid asked a question, and you're thinking, if I ask that question, I'm going to sound stupid. Somebody asks a question, you're like, oh my God, they're so smart. They know to ask that question? It's kind of a weird mind thing we do to ourselves. 5%, you sound confident, you look confident. 5%. Everything else is innovation, which means what? Innovation. Andre. What do you think innovation means? You just talked about it a little bit over here. Made something different or better out of something already there. Exactly. Right? 95% of everything in the world. was just made better. That gives you all really good odds for a business that you might want to just take something and make it better. You might want to invent something, that's cool. So innovation, invention, part of those roots of opportunity. Now we're going to do a little game. So we have to partner up, and I think there's 17 of you, so I'm just going to have you three be together. You two, you two, you two, you two, you two, you two, you two. All right. Up here we have a business and a market. So stand somewhere in the room with your partner and your trio. Stand somewhere in the room with your partner and your trio. You've been sitting for an hour. Stand up. Stand somewhere in the room with your business, with your business partner. That's what I'll say. Yes, stand with your business partner somewhere in the room. And one of you come up and take something out of the business cup, and one of you come up and take something out of the market cup.
I'll sign business. You want to run market?
Have fun looking at them, and then I'll explain to you what it means. You have business over here, market here. Business to the left, market to the right. Business to the left, market to the right. Business to the left, market to the right. Business to the left, market to the right.
Yeah, I got one.
Business to the left. Oh, my left. Ha! So every group should have a red and a blue. Blue starts with B. Blue is business. Do you have any blue or red? What do you need?
Yeah, right. Okay.
Raise your hand if you can hear me. Raise your hand if you can hear me. Keep going away. This is class. Raise your hand if you can hear me. 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 Awesome. We're back. Blue starts with B. Blue is the name of your business. Red is the market you serve. What does market mean?
Clientele.
Clientele? Okay. I gotta go a little broader than that, and that's your hint. What's that? Target audience, I don't even know what that means. Like a big bullseye?
Like, who you are aiming your product.
Who are you aiming your product to? That's fair. Niche? What's that? That's on the board. I love buzzwords, by the way, but if you can't back them up, this is where it gets fun, Layla.
Isn't that like your audience?
Well, that's what they're saying, market is. So, can you differentiate that at all?
I just thought niche meant.
There is something called market niche, so I'm going to give you that. Your market, kind of broader, right? Rhode Island would be my market. But I am selling, only because I look across the street and I can see the funeral home. I'm selling caskets. So I'm not really selling to all of Rhode Island, right? I'm probably my niche, where I'm really honing in. I'm selling to families who maybe had someone pass away. Make sense? All right. Probably a morbid. Can't come up with something different off the top of my head. But. All right. So you have a market, red. That's who you're selling to. That's your niche. Very specific. If you look at your pieces of paper, right? Niches get very specific. And then you have your business. So the name of your business, who you're marketing to. I want you to come up with a problem you're solving. I want you to come up with what route of opportunity or opportunities you're going to use to solve that problem. You got about 5 minutes to come up with what your product is going to be, what you're going to be selling, right? Because you know your business name, you know who you're selling it to, but you need a name, you need to know what it is, and then you're all going to share that out. So you got just a couple minutes. Get with your partner, get with your trio, figure out what you're going to present out to us.
That's how you need a waterfall.
Nope. Be creative. You got this.
You like station, like a radio station.
Yeah, I thought, I think what's going on external would be the problem that you're facing in the world, but you're trying to worry about how they can
Casino stuff. Like a fan or something like that. Battery, or maybe like cranky, but something that gets the guy in your face when you sit by fire. Cause like that's not fun. Alright, so what is it? Let's fog a tornado. How can you make that?
You can save all your messages that you sent.
Okay, so
and just like you can save it and look back into it and say, so this is how it was, and I could be a better person.
But
Alright, come on, get your
so like, you know like those
This
little quick
conversation,
things,
step up.
come on like
Let
that,
this class. Come here,
but not
get out
as inconvenient. Something that's like easily packable. On it, yeah. Maybe like, so what's something that alright, so if you're making a fire, something to start the fire.
Wait, what's that?
It's Captain Conversation.
Captain Conversation. Somebody to vent to. Kind of like a social line for
Yeah, create that monitoring the amount of time that you're on your phone, but they don't, yeah, like it's more of like a, just so you know, this is what you've been doing, but it's like gives you, it gives you a notification, it also like keeps track of what your goals are, so like if your goal is to reduce usage of your phone,
Alright, we're gonna wrap this up in 1 minute.
Please drink.
You're on, you're on, you're on.
What to do with their lives.
Yeah, we can do that.
lights.
Alright, as the room is quieter, I know, get ready. Anybody need 10 more seconds? You can.
I'm gonna do that.
You don't have to raise your hand, go to the bathroom or the bathroom, or to leave this class. Alright, so you're in your groups. Why don't you all kind of move that way? We're going to have 2 people come up at a time in the trio in front of the TV to present your new, coolest innovation ever. Who's going first? Wow, you walking up there, Ricky? Love it. Hey, here's a hint. You're all going. All right, these guys, they nailed it. They're up.
So me and Kevin.
Oh, wait. Why don't you get up there?
In front of TV?
Yep.
Okay. So, I drew Eternal Confusion from the Business Cup.
And our attention goes for teen bloggers. And we were thinking about making an app so we can help teenagers.
Tell all of us.
And help teenagers who like to blog, and like especially people who have problems. And so it'd be like an app so people can like communicate with one another and help each other, so they won't like go through it alone.
Yeah. So I just feel like eternal means forever. So there might be specifically targeting teenagers. There's a lot of emotion. Teenagers have a lot of emotions, and so as far as you being a teenager or as a teenager or still seeing that you face problems from your teenage years, and just I feel like that it would just be a service, kind of like a friend. Like if you like to blog, because they did give us teenage bloggers, so kind of an app to respond to your blogs. So as you blog about your life and your affairs or anything going on in your life, you kind of get a response in a friend, but you kind of get in service as a friend.
Great. All right. Look at that. She points to her partner. He's next. Sure.
For me, I got the Captain Conversation from the Business Cup.
And I got disgruntled firefighters.
Tell everybody.
I got disgruntled firefighters.
So pretty much disgruntled firefighters are people who are very upset So firefighter who's stressed or upset about their boss or the job that they're on, you know, they're just upset. And so we were thinking of maybe like a stress ball or something like that for something that they can keep their mind off of, you know, like, oh, the boss was mean to me today. Here's this, you know, use this for that half hour or whatever, 15 minutes, and then go back to what you're doing.
So basically, they can get their anger contained into the ball.
All right, and what was the name of your business again?
Captain Conversation.
Captive Conversation. Is that right? Yeah. All right. So Roots of Opportunity, what do you see for what you're doing?
We're helping firefighters keep calm after a stressful day.
Okay, so the problem is firefighters are under a lot of stress. You're solving that by giving them something to keep calm. Great. All right, thank you. Always gotta have your wrist ready in E360, man. We do a lot of clapping. Who's next? All right, great. Oh man, see, sometimes when you're closer, you win. That's what happens when you come early too. Where's our?
There's a last one. Okay, our market was overnight campers, and the business we got is called Foggy Tornadoes. Yeah. So we realized that if you're at a campfire or something, you smoke in your eyes is not fun. So
We came up with like something that could blow in your face.
So like a thermos, because if you're camping overnight, probably going to be at a fire at some point, definitely going to be eating at some point unless you're lost. So chances are you'll have a thermos, especially if you buy our thermos, because our thermos has a fan on it which blows the smoke out of your face. So you don't have to have it in your eyes.
So you'll still be warm, but you don't have to have smoke in your eyes.
Bingo.
All right. Roots of Opportunity?
Innovation and finding a problem.
All right, great. Who's next? Oh, that was good. Jump up there. You got the most outspoken person in class, too. Probably the most shyest kid I know, but we're going to get over that, Andre.
Okay, so hi everybody. So the name of our business is Curious Kingdom, and our product.
Who are you talking to?
Oh, and our product is called Turn It Off.
The market that we focus on is social media, obsessed adults.
Okay.
And the product that we came up with is an app that.
Tell everybody, Andre.
The product that we came up with is an app that you download to your phone, and over time, it depends how much time you spend on your phone, it'll turn off after a certain amount of time you use on your phone. So you could interact more with the world once you're done on your phone if you use it too much.
Nice. What parent would love this?
And it's also really great because there's competitors who already, I'm so sorry. There's competitors who already take into account how much time you spend on your phone and then give you feedback based off of it, but they're not able to actually shut your phone off. So that's why we have it.
Nice. So Roots of Opportunity?
Technology, innovation.
And you just nailed one. Competition. Yeah, that's great. All right. Who's next?
So hello everybody. Our business name is Over the Top Productions, and our market is short people playing basketball. So we decided to create sneaker brands called Over the Top Sneakers to promote short people that they can play basketball too. So we always see tall people, 6 foot, 7 foot people, on the court, but you don't really see short people out there either. So with our shoe, we hope that we can promote those who are not so tall, that they can also see that we can play basketball, and height is not something that won't let them do it. We're also bringing out our competitors from Nike and Jordan, which the shoe allows them to jump a little higher so they can be able to reach the hoops.
Now the technology behind it is called ACL compressor springs inside the midsole, and we use that to actually use gravity to your side. The more pressure that you put down onto floor, the higher you can actually go, so that's how they work, and you can play basketball.
All right. So what opportunities are you seeing you're making for yourselves by doing this?
So we have problem solving, technology, innovation, competitive competition.
Sure. All right, fantastic. Who's next? All right.
So our business name is Gravity Disaster, and we market to strict teachers.
Who is it?
Strict teachers.
Strict teachers? All right.
So we thought of a product of making a shield that is very calming and space themed for students who maybe cannot concentrate or are kind of troubled in class, so that they can put it on their desk or wherever they're sitting and kind of keep themselves calm and not get distracted, and so the teachers don't have to really be strict or yell or cause a problem.
What question am I gonna ask? I've only asked it like 8 times.
It's
Oh, beautiful. What is it?
solving,
It's innovative
and problem
and problem solving. Absolutely. All right. You don't have to stand right in that spot. Entrepreneurs solve problems. If the light's in your eyes, what are you gonna do, man?
Crouch.
I'm gonna stand here and let it shine in my eyes. All right.
Eyes in the sun. The business I put out was Volcano Agency.
And our target market is deep sea fishermen.
Our agency helps fishermen who are scared of volcanoes around them that might be rough if they are under the water trying to get fishes. We give you guys a new technology that hasn't been made yet, and you could stick it in the rock and it checks temperatures, and if it gets really hot and the floor is getting irritated, it sends you a signal to a waterproof little can you can have on your belt.
So our roots are problem solving and technology.
Nice. All right. An invention, right? All right. Beautiful. I'd ask who's next, but I think they know. Who's next? Oh, they know.
So the business we got was waterfall relaxation, and the market is Drake fans. So basically,
Say that again. It's what?
Drake fans. So basically, we would make a waterfall resort that plays Drake music. So it would probably solve a problem. Right? It's basically like while you're at the resort, you can listen to all types of Drake music, and our competitors would be like Great Wolf Lodge and all types of stuff like that. You know.
Anything to add, Gabriel?
Um,
All right now? All right. Very good. So your roots of opportunity, problem you're solving,
competition.
competition. All right, great. Anything else?
People that want to listen to Drake everywhere they go.
All right.
It's kind of innovative too, because like taking ideas from other resorts, making it better.
Yep, absolutely. All right, thank you. Let's do that up. So not bad. This is the first time you've all had to get up and present in class. And typically, I intentionally asked everyone to stand over there and me to be over here, because what happens is usually, particularly when you're presenting your business plan, which is 6 months from now, if Brandon or I are in the audience, you tell us about your business plan, and we've been listening to it for 6 months, right? So you always kind of got to know who your audience is, right? So when I said this to everybody the very first time, every time we give feedback, it's typically for everyone in the room. So if I say, you know, hey, Brian, I really need you to have more eye contact, you should be thinking, oh, do I have better eye contact? So everything we do really revolves around all of you. So that's why you guys want to be listening, paying attention. All right, so great for a first time presenting. Like really, that was awesome. I saw some of this. You don't even know you're doing it, which is so cool. You go back and watch the video, you're like, oh my God, I was like dancing up there. So, think about that. All right, so this whole idea, we're gonna get back to the innovation, invention Some of you had inventions, some of you had innovation. There's a real system around that. Have you ever heard of or had like that aha moment? Where the best idea just came to you and you did it and it worked out?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like the exception to the rule in business, right? You watch the documentaries now on, they did the thing on Facebook, the social network. You watch Steve Jobs documentary or the movie on Steve Jobs, right? There was no big aha moment in some of the biggest, coolest businesses out there. There's lots of ways, right? Number one, you look at what's the roots of opportunity. How can I solve a problem? What makes people mad? How can I make the world a better place? Start asking yourself those questions. And then there's actually a real system that boardrooms use. And if you look, and I don't know if Brandon mentioned this in your first day of class, you are in a boardroom, right? This is what a boardroom looks like. You're around a table, nice chairs. This is your boardroom. And you are all at the boardroom. And people in the boardroom and companies, all lots of companies, use what's called SIT. Systematic, inventive thinking. SIT. Systematic, inventive thinking. And when we tell you this is a college level course, in about the next 10 minutes, you're going to get a whole college class. Because they have whole classes, 15 weeks, 6 hours a week on systematic inventive thinking. There are actually real ways to come up with ideas for products and businesses. And they're used out in the real world. There's lots of Harvard case studies on systematic inventive thinking. There are lots of ways to do this. One is the subtraction method. That's what we're going to use today. There's a multiplication, an addition, a derivative. We're going to use, to keep it simple, the subtraction method of SIT. So the first thing we have to do is just come up with a product. Look around the room. How about that? Laundry soap, right? All natural laundry soap. That's what a student made. He went to laundromats. He sold a lot of laundry soap about 2 years ago. Another idea. What's in laundry soap? What's everything it takes to make that big bottle up there? There's a little one next to it of laundry soap. What does it take? You guys know this. Soap. Water, okay. What else is in laundry soap?
Soap.
Oh, all right. So, what else? Fragrance. Okay.
Sanitizing thing?
Could be, right? Some kind of, I wouldn't even say chemical because I've heard.
Agent.
Sanitizing agent? Oh. What else for that bottle? There's a big hint. For that bottle.
Plastic.
Oh! Plastic?
Maybe not.
A bottle! You are quick, Gabriel. That's why I like you. That was a compliment. Anything else? How do I know it's laundry soap? Oh, label! All right, great. All right, so let's just say these are the things it takes to make laundry detergent or laundry soap. Systematic inventive thinking, subtraction method says, take out the most important ingredient. Gabriel says soap. Who says that would be the most important thing of laundry detergent? Everybody agree with him? He's on the right page? That makes up for not participating in your group up there, by the way. Not that I said everybody had to participate, right? It's your second day. But now you know. All have to participate if you get up in front of the room. You didn't. But you just made up for it. Beautiful. You didn't even know that. All right, so if we say soap is the most important, when we take it out, we have a label, we have water, we have fragrance, we have a sanitizing agent, we have the bottle. We pretty much have smells good clothes water. Stop. Okay? Give me a minute. Smell good clothes water. Do you think that's something you would want to buy? Smell good clothes water?
Sound like.
Say it again?
It sounds like cologne.
Cologne, right? Maybe it's cologne, right? Maybe you turn it into cologne with the sanitizing agent. So now you're not going to be dirty when you put your perfume on. Great. Right, so smoking clothes water, probably not. Gabriel's onto something, I'm gonna ask him in a minute. This is real. This was a board room, very similar to this, at Procter & Gamble. Anybody ever hear of Procter & Gamble? They make just about everything non-edible in your house. I almost think, besides your furniture. They make paper towels, they make cleaners, they make Windex, they make deodorant, they make all kinds of stuff. Procter & Gamble is a big company, and they said, we need a new product. We got 1,000 on the market, but we need a new product. So let's use systematic inventive thinking, the subtraction model. Let's take our detergent that we make, laundry detergent, and take out the most important part. Let's get smells good clothes water, and let's turn it into Febreze. Everybody hear of Febreze? Because that is exactly how they came up with Febreze. Febreze is a $1 billion product. $1 billion product. And it probably came out very similar, like a room like this. So one more added thing to think about in your mind of being an entrepreneur. Start thinking, if I take something out of that, what else could it be? If I take sugar out of Coca-Cola, what else could it be? Diet Coke. Beautiful, right? If I take caffeine out of the coffee, will people buy it? They do. Decaf coffee. So you can start thinking about what would people take away. Anybody been on the other side of the E-Center yet? Where you see the funky chairs that you stand in to do your work? If I take the other 3 legs off the chair, what would I have? Like, what makes a chair? You gotta have legs. All right, let's take most of them off. What do we got? Now we have stand-up chairs. Right? So another way to start thinking about your product or your business or an idea, you create an opportunity. Beautiful. All right. So we went over quite a bit today. Problem solving, what makes you mad, how can you make the world a better place? We go back to the quote. I want you to think about that for your homework. What does that mean? We talked about innovation, invention, market, niche. When you have a business and you want someone to buy it, you create a want or a need that was up on the board that people will spend money on. When people spend money and that money comes into your business, it's called, they can't tell the board? Revenue. Has anyone ever heard that term, revenue? Right? The IRS, revenue service, money coming in. We're going to go over this a lot in other lessons. This is to start getting you thinking a little bit while you're out there. Money coming in is revenue. Income, money coming in. What's a venture? A meeting? A trip? All right, now you're onto something. Help them out, Liam.
Going for something.
Going for something?
Like, you have an idea or something, and it's a venture. You gotta explore it, go into it, and expand upon it.
We're going to expand on what you're saying. How's
That's
that?
a good idea.
Say that again?
That's a journey.
It's a journey? So are you thinking adventure or venture?
Like a business venture.
Like a business venture. Now you're, all right, so go, a journey, what does that mean, a business venture? It's a journey.
It's like, yeah, I don't know.
It's
Hey, you are like right there. Yes.
It's like a goal you're trying to achieve.
I wouldn't go down that road. What's that?
The path to it, no. I like
It's not really a path. A venture, for this class particularly, it's another word for a business. I'm going to start this business venture. Right? I'm going to start this business, this path, maybe this journey of starting a business. Market and niche, we went over. Anyone want to tell us market again? Gabriel? Market. So Gabriel, did you hear him? You didn't hear him? All right, so tell them and talk about it.
A market is like your target audience who you want to sell it to.
right? So I would not be writing it unless you know what market is, because you're now honing in on a target market. There's market, there's target market, there's your niche market, just market in general. What does that mean?
Where?
Where you're selling the product.
Can be where you're selling, yep. Your consumers, probably not, and that's another class, but I'll tell you right now what consumer is. Your end user. So market, I think you're on something. Just where, what's that market? Where are you going to be selling? Are you going to be online? You're global. You have a global market. You're selling online. Right? Are you selling just in Rhode Island? Are you selling just on the Met campus? What's your market? And then niche. How do we go deeper? Which is what you were trying to get at, Gabriel. How do we go deeper? What's your niche? What would be the niche for Ricky's ring that he showed us today?
People that buy jewelry.
People that buy jewelry. Sure. Right? You probably won't see me with a lot of jewelry on. I'm not a jewelry buyer. Probably not going to be one of his consumers, one of his end users. Right? Some people only buy gold. That ring is silver. So niche is really like, who are you specifically going to go after? What's your hook? How are you going to win? Who are you going to go with to get them to buy your product? What makes you special? So we start with this quote about ideas. We talk all day about opportunity. What's the difference between an idea and an opportunity? Because there's hundreds of ideas. People will say all the time, like, oh, I got this great idea, but I can't tell you. So good, man. I can't tell you. And really, you can go to ideas.com. There's thousands of ideas free out there every day. Right? So what separates an idea from an opportunity? Yes? An idea is a thought, an opportunity is making that thought happen. I think you're onto something, but we got to go a little deeper. Yes?
Like you said, the idea is kind of just like a concept, and the opportunity is like the action.
Okay. I mean, I had an idea to come to work today. I got up and I came to work. If I don't do anything, I'm not creating opportunity for myself or any of you. So I'm going to push back a little bit till we get to where we're going. And I'll give you a hint. I put it on the board. Opportunity does something that ideas don't do.
Follow through.
Follow through? No, I came to work today. I had an idea I should come to work. But I could just sit in there and do nothing all day. All right, Liam.
Helps you achieve. Wait, it leads to achievement.
Look at this guy. Ah! Bless my heart. Oh, it's beautiful. Say it loud. Say it proud.
It creates wants or needs.
It creates want or need. Right? I have the best idea in the whole world. I'm going to go up to the northern part of Alaska. That's all ice. I'm going to open an ice store. Is that a great idea?
No.
Why?
Because there's no opportunity.
There's no opportunity. Why? Because it doesn't
Create a need or a want.
create a need or a want. All right? I'm going to tell you a really sad story, but he's one of your speakers. And this guy, Chris, do you guys remember, what is the big stickers you put on the wall? Fatheads, right?
Yeah.
So he owned a company called Gamer Graphics. And he took epoxy because he was in the jewelry business where you coat them with epoxy or something, right? He knew all about licensing with different people. And he started Gamer Graphics, which were these stickers you could put on Xboxes. He called them skins. You could peel them on and off though. They weren't stickers, so they weren't permanent. You could always just move them around. And he sold his company to Fat Boys for $7.5 million about 7 years ago. Right? So Chris is a pretty cool guy, always looking for what's next, what's next, what's next. Created software so that when you take a picture, it can be sent right to Walgreens or right to CVS. When you walk in, all you gotta do is print it. That was him. Voice to text. Right? One day he said, man, voice Voicemail sucks, and I'm in a meeting, I can't even get to my voicemail. Created the software, so it would go right to a text message, right? Now Google does it for free, so that company kind of went to the wayside. Cool guy, always thinking about stuff. He was in China when 9/11 happened. So that was like all when you were being born, right? From what I understand, pretty much you guys were toddlers, maybe you don't even remember. There's one factory in China that makes the backs of pins. And he's like, man, if I just buy all the backs of pins, you know how many American flag pins people are going to start buying? Because America was terrorized, and now we all got to show our patriotism. So he went over and he bought all the backs to pins. And he sold out within a month. All the American pins that were being made that needed backs. So it's not a great story. You don't capitalize on a tragedy, but if you're always thinking, there's always opportunity, even in the worst situations. That are ethical, okay. So you always want to be looking for opportunity, seeing what's out there. So ideas, tons of ideas, right? And I love it. You guys should be rushing in here at least 5 times a day with your ideas. You should be emailing us. Oh my God, I got another idea. You should be keeping track, right? You should have a whole file of ideas, so one day when you're bored, you can just go, oh, what do I want to do today? I think I'll try that one. Right? Can I create an opportunity out of that? But opportunity is where you create a need in your own mind that someone's going to spend money for. I keep going there because that's a great answer. All right? So, think about that. Think about what it takes to be an entrepreneur. Right? You got to participate. Confidence sells. You got to always be looking at things a little different. Right? My kid was 10 years old. Hurt his heart that his neighbor died in a car seat. Family lost their son. So always be thinking, what can you do to be different? So there's lots of things that it takes to be an entrepreneur. It starts with that thought process. It starts with the first rule of entrepreneurship, which is opportunity. Yes, all right, we're getting there. And then there's one really important thing that you have to do. Who here has ever earned money? How'd you earn your money?
By working.
By working, okay.
My aunt in Texas is getting married.
Tell them.
My aunt in Texas is getting married, and she asked me to make $25.
So selling your own product, you make money. All right. What else? You do the same thing. A lot of hands on that. How do you make money? Babysitting.
Service.
Detailing service. You've already been detailing cars. That's awesome.
Mowing lawns and things, landscaping.
Landscaping, mowing lawns.
Selling my art.
Selling your art. Okay. All right. Fixing and detailing cars. Awesome. So if you didn't answer, but you had an answer, think about this because you can still answer this one. Gabriel did a great job of telling us how he got his opportunity. His aunt called and ordered some origami roses. How did you get your opportunity? How do you get an opportunity to earn money working?
Somebody asked me to clean the chain or
Someone asked you to clean a chain or something.
something. Like, it's a lot of, like, I get a lot of
Okay.
people just walking all the time.
So you're working at the store?
Yeah.
How'd you get the opportunity to work is what I'm asking you, not what you did there.
Oh, okay. I learned how to.
No, then, I mean.
I learned how to work with jewelry
Because?
because my dad is a jeweler.
There you go. All right, so you had an opportunity by learning from your dad and being hired by your dad? Same store? Different store? All right. So you knew enough about your business to go out and get a job and do your business. That's great. Liam?
I was mowing somebody's lawn, my neighbors, I think, and somebody else saw me mowing it, and then asked my mom if I could mow their lawn, and then that just kind of kept happening.
So word of mouth is a big thing in business, right? Like getting people, one person to tell one person. All right. Did anyone not take an opportunity? Can you think of a time you didn't take an opportunity? In fact, I got a really sad story opportunity.
My uncle owns a mechanic shop, and I was going for the summer. And if I would have kept going, he would have ended up paying me. But all summer I was doing different type of things, and I didn't take the opportunity, and I wish I did.
All right, so you missed out on making some money and maybe learning even more in the trade?
Yeah.
All right, any other missed opportunities?
technically did my internship all summer because I was working, but I wasn't learning. I was just working.
Okay. So you missed an opportunity to intern where you might have learned something but not get paid?
Yeah.
But you went somewhere and got paid?
Yeah.
All right. Any others? Want to hear my sad story? It's really sad. Oh, so sad. So, 20 years ago, 1997, there was this thing called the tech bubble in the stock market. I mean, it's right when techs were taking off. Amazon started, it was an IPO, I think, in 97, $32 a share. It's crazy now. Apple stock, if you wanted to buy stock in Apple, this is before the iPod was ever invented, the iPad was ever invented, the smartphone, the iPhone was not invented, right? Still starting out, very small. They did desktop computers, laptops. I don't even think they were in the music business yet, right? Computer company that totally went to the music business. Probably no, because they weren't even in that iPod yet. Apple stock was $4 a share. $4 a share, man. And I thought, that's a tech company, it's a tech bubble. This looks pretty good. Excuse me. So I bought 1,000 shares. I spent $4,000 of the only little bit of money I had. Like, I was pretty broke after I did it. But I was making a living, so I knew I could get by without that money. I bought 1,000 shares of $4 Apple stock. And that's right when I started college. So college is over, I'm moving to Rhode Island because I wrote this crazy email to this crazy guy that said, come out. So, guess how much Apple stock was? This is 4 years later. From $4, I can tell you this, it went up. How much do you think it was worth a share 4 years later? 400?
What year was it?
It was 97, so 01, 02 era. Well, let me tell you, it was $22 a share. Now, if you bought a stock at $4 a share and 4 years later it's at 22, 22 minus 4, you're going to make $18 on every share you sell. So I sold all 1,000, man. I'm moving to Rhode Island. I don't have a job. For the first 6 months, I told you I paid them to be here because I was still in school. I needed the money. It served me well. It served me well. That's what I live with today. It served me well. I made $18,000. How much is Apple stock today? And it's split, and it's done all kinds of crazy things. So if you look at everything over time, you said 400. What do you think it's worth today? You don't know. I haven't told you. I want you to at least come up with something because you're an entrepreneur now. You think on your feet. You always contribute. Couple thousand? That doesn't help me. How many thousand? 5,000. All right.
600.
600.
A share?
Yeah.
1,500.
1,500.
3,000.
3,000. Probably about 800. That's $800,000 for a $4,000 investment. Missed opportunity. Great opportunity at the time I cashed out. I was like, oh my God, this was the best opportunity ever. Look what I just did. Oh, wow. And I needed the money, absolutely. But sad story. My Apple story. I could have kept some shares. I wasn't thinking. So we all end up with things we look back on, right? And we can either say regret, or like I heard earlier, which was great. Someone said, right? I failed to create opportunity. Right? Like, oh, I could have kept some of those shares. So now when I'm in the market, it's like, if I gotta sell, if I need some liquid, if I need some money, I'll sell everything. Right? So we learn and then we get better, just like innovation. That's what our lives are all about. Just keep getting better. All right, yes? That's a great question, and Brandon has a whole class on that, so we're going to learn a lot about that. Be committed.
Always do more.
Always do more. I love it. I say that a lot. Entrepreneurs do more.
Be passionate.
Be passionate.
Confidence is key.
Confidence is key. Confidence sells. You're all smiling. All right. Do you want to say something else, or were you just showing me what you meant?
I mean, I was trying to think of something, but I was going to say, on task, like...
Be on task.
Do more.
Do more. All right. You gotta come up with something by the end of today.
Look at stuff differently.
Look at things differently. Okay. I love it, absolutely.
You can make a business out of everything if you look at it a certain way.
I'm gonna back you up just a little and go back to the ice in Alaska. I probably couldn't make a business out of that, right? So everything kind of clouds getting focused. So give me another one, Andre.
If you have an opportunity, you gotta take initiative.
You gotta take initiative, right? You gotta put your foot out there first. You gotta put your hand out first. You gotta be the first one. You guys will be racing up to see who goes first in a couple weeks. I just believe it, right? You gotta have initiative. That's a great one.
You gotta be a problem solver.
You gotta be a problem solver. We talked a lot about that.
Creativity.
Be creative. Yes. What else, Ricky?
You gotta see it act. Like you see something, act with it. Like if you have an idea.
Act on all your ideas? Is that what you're telling me?
Like basically, you'd be like, oh, I like his shoes. Let me. But like I can think about something. I can think of something better and make a better shoe. Like.
So always thinking about how you can make things better?
Yeah.
I like that.
Always get opportunity.
Take opportunity.
Like when you see unseasonal something that you do and it just comes up, you should always like be sure to think about it.
Yeah, right? So we say the Met's full of opportunities, right? You guys heard that by now since you've been at the Met? Like, oh, take advantage of that opportunity. Take advantage of that opportunity. You gotta take advantage of your opportunities. And then in this class, I hope we break that down a little. Because to me, it's like saying, step up, be a leader. But no one tells you how to step up or be a leader, right? So yeah, look at those opportunities. Think about how you could make them opportunities, right? Is that an opportunity? Should I be jumping on that? Does that have to do with my skills, knowledge, resources? Does that have to do with technology that I might know about or know somebody that could help with? Make sense? Great.
Look at everything from a business perspective.
Right, so start looking through the lens of a business perspective. Does that create a want or a need that people would spend money on? And if it does, why? How? Could it be better? Could it be somewhere else?
No, I was gonna say, just always addressing the want or need.
Always address a want or a need. You did! What did you say? I'm sorry, because I started going around in order and I was going to remember that. Go ahead.
I don't remember myself.
Think of another one. What's it take to be an entrepreneur?
A business.
It does take a business. What's it take to start a business?
Ideas.
We talked about ideas. What does an idea need to really start a business?
Opportunity.
How about just the thinking? I heard creativity, I heard confidence. What else would it take for a person to really put yourself out there?
Be passionate about it.
Be passionate, absolutely. We didn't start with you this time, did we? I think we
started
did,
with
just so
them.
you could put your hand up. All right. Then we went there and back around.
Sometimes you need to think outside of the box and you think inside.
Love it. So we heard creativity, but that's a great way of saying it, right? Think outside the box. Take something out. Subtraction. Add something. See what happens. So that's great.
Responsibility.
You got to be responsible, right? What do we say? If you're on time, you're late, right? You do more. We ask the 3 questions when our guest speakers come in. I'm hoping you come with 4 or 5. Right? When we get to your business plan, it says, what are 3 ways you're qualified to do this business? You should have at least 5. Right? We start with you, Brian. Do you have one?
Be innovative.
Be innovative, sure, right? Start thinking about how you can make things better. We started here, though. I know that, right? So lots of ways that you can be an entrepreneur. There's one thing in common with everything you just said, though. One thing in common. Who can nail it? What's the theme here? It's your thinking, right? You gotta be confident. You gotta be innovative. You have to start looking at things differently. You have to start thinking in terms of being an entrepreneur. You gotta fake it till you make it, right? Shoulders back, hold your face right, nod your head. Come in! Then you go, what am I? Whoa, I'm in over my head. Right? I got a great friend. He sells lots of products that he imports into the country. He's at the largest trade show in Las Vegas. I forget the name of it. It's 1970 something. You know what, that's analog, right? The LCD watches, it just says like 222 on it or whatever instead of having a clock. Well, that was very new. in the 70s. He had one little circular thing like this in plastic with an LCD light clock, right? The guy came up to it, was like, wow, what's this? 3:22? It's telling me the time without a clock? He's like, yeah, it's the newest thing. He's like, I want to order them. Great, how many do you need? I need 30,000. My friend held his face right, shoulders back, nodded his head. Deal on a handshake, I'll have them to you within the next 4 weeks. That's great. The guy walked away. My friend called his wife, who I'm very good friends with. I don't know what to do. Like, some guy just handed me this about a month ago and said, see if you can sell these, but they're not even making them. I don't even know where to get them made. This guy just ordered 30,000. How am I going to deliver these? I called advice. We'll figure it out. And he did. He went over to China, he found a company to make them, and he sold 30,000 4 weeks later. But what if the guy would have come up and he's like, oh, you know, somebody just handed me that a month ago. Huh? I can't help you. No, he created opportunity, right? He's like, all right, sure, I can make those for you. You want 30,000? I'll give you 30,000. And the guy happened to own Hertz rental cars. And he wanted, and he just put a little sticker on the back at the time, and he put them on all the cars. So you're driving, you could easily just see what time. So you never know what's out there, right? People are always watching. You gotta hold your face right, shoulders back, be confident. Confidence sells. And one other thing you absolutely have to do to be an entrepreneur. It's huge. So I want you all to look under your chairs. Under your chair. You probably have to do something to look under your chair. Just so you know.
Oh, word. I'm good.
What happened? Money. You get a dollar, you get a dollar, everybody gets a dollar.
Except for her.
I just asked everybody to look under their chair. If you could do that now, that would be great, and then we'll get started. Here's the last thing here. What did you do to get that dollar?
Flip over.
You flipped over the chair. You did something before that. You listened to my instructions? Okay, but that didn't get you the dollar.
We thought about what?
You thought about it? Nah, I think about a lot of things. I think about winning the lottery, man. It just doesn't come true.
I looked under her chair.
You looked under her chair, but how'd you do that?
I just looked down at her.
You did something.
What's that? You did something. What'd you do?
We had to look.
You did have to look, but what'd you have to do before that? You all did it. I watched. You had to move.
Gotta wait for somebody else to.
What's that? What? You did look at the floor, but how'd you get the dollar? You all had to reach get off your butt.
Oh.
You all had to get off your butt in a nice way. You probably know what I mean. That's really what it takes. You are not going to create opportunities for you or anyone else. You are not going to start thinking differently, even though it's a thought process. You gotta be up, you gotta be moving. You gotta get off your butt to make things happen. And some people don't, you probably know. Probably know that kind or whatever, right? You are not that kind. You want to make $1, you want to make $1 million, you gotta get up off your butt. That make sense? All right. Let's look at your homework. Happy $1 bill day. Today's quote. All achievements, all earned riches have their beginning in an idea. What does that mean to you? And a guy named Napoleon Hill said that. Come back in your journal with 5 things about Napoleon Hill. Come back in your journal with 5 things about Napoleon Hill.
I didn't notice that.
You did notice that? You heard Napoleon Hill?
I haven't heard about it, but I looked at that book and I was like, yeah.
He wrote a lot of books. Who's Napoleon Hill? 5 things. Define today's vocabulary. In journal this week, things that you see that need to be fixed, or problems you see that need to be solved. Think about what makes you mad. How could you make the world a better place? All right? Great. Thanks, everybody.